Welcome to the internet, where everyone shares the opinions you didn't ask for. With that out of the way, let's rank some Nightlord bosses. Elden Ring Night Rain has 10 Nightlords, 8 of which have harder Everdark Sovereign Forms, with altered movesets and new gimmicks. We'll be taking all of that into account, as well as just pure vibes, so let's just get started with this. And if you disagree, please leave a comment and tell me about your favorite or least favorite Nightlords. Number 10, Maris, Fathom of Night. The augur sleeps at the bottom of the sea, in a beautifully calm arena waiting for those with enough insight to see its cosmic beauty. In all seriousness, though, the fight, while visually and atmospherically great, is a slow and rather unexciting fight compared to the higher Nightlords on this list. In its Everdark form, we return to the classic FromSoft Storm Ruler gimmick fight. While an idea that I do enjoy seeing return with new innovations across the spiritual series, the Night Rain version fails to impress as much as its previous iteration in Lord Rykard. On release, it felt especially drawn out and slow, unsatisfying, and coupled with the way it renders your build crafting throughout the run pointless, I can't say it works well this time around. They've since buffed the weapon, I think, to make the fight less tedious, but I can still see why people might not find this near the top of their roster. Number 9, Caligo, Miasma of Night. The Fissure in the Fog. The ancient ice dragon Caligo takes our number 9 spot. Like Maris, this fight is a grand spectacle, and the background track's something incredibly heroic, befitting the Dragon Slayer. Caligo, however, spends the fight flying around and attacking with ice and freezing mist attacks, causing rapid frostbite procs when hit. The Everdark form isn't really much different either, with the focus now on tearing through the ice armor plates that he constructs around himself to protect himself. All in all, the fight's good, but nothing to really write home about in my opinion. Number 8, Gladius, Beast of Night. Gladius, the three-headed hellhound, serves as every player's introductory trial before you can face down the other Nightlords. Like a twisted chimera of Sif and Kratos, the beast flails its sword on a chain across the arena in wide, sweeping attacks, and lunges forward to bite or breathe fire. The fight itself can be pretty standard, but it has one fire breath attack that can be very punishing. The Everdark form isn't too different, with the biggest change being these explosive ground slashes reminiscent of Hillstor's moveset. While not too standout, the fight sits lower than it could because in solo, dealing with all three hounds is an absolute nightmare. Number 7, Adele, Baron of Night. Gnawing its way into 7th place is Adele the Gaping Jaw, a twisted drake that's become more mouth than flesh. Its deformed design is nice, and its massive flailing attacks and gravity slams are quite the spectacle, but I'd be lying if I didn't say these large flailing type bosses are usually more annoying than anything, and I don't always feel this is an exception. Its Everdark form is also capable of creating this colossal gravity storm that can annihilate your health bar if you don't get to the center in time. I won't say the attack is unfair, but I've died in several runs to what felt like unavoidable damage as the storm manifested around me. Even still, this Baron of the Night still stands above the previous bosses in my mind. 6. The Dreglord. Coming in at number 6 is easily the strongest Nightlord. The Dreglord is a mass of flesh and carrion, given vengeful form to tear through the night, acting as the final challenge of Night Rain. This wretched foe with no weakness and a massive health pool is quite the challenge, but doesn't appeal to me much in terms of gameplay. The fight tends to drag on, and it usually feels more like a DPS check than anything, and unfortunately I don't really have much more to say about this one. The random flailing and attacks just don't really do it for me personally. Number 5, the Balancers. In at our number 5 spot is our other DLC boss, the Angelic and Harmonious Balancers. The Balancers are a group of Valkyries that attack in unison reminiscent of the Abyss Watchers, but their power combines and coalesces into one beginning the second phase. The Everdark form, however, takes a drastic difference, with the Balancers taking on a new and grotesque form, drenched in blood and now capable of merging into this colossal fleshy mass that can plummet down onto the players. The Balancers is easily my favorite of the two DLC bosses, and I think worthy of taking a spot in the top 5. Number 4, Hillstor, the Night Aspect. Hillstor, the true Nightlord, is the spectacular finale to Night Rain. Opening against a decrepit warrior walking alone in the sands, and changing to a flashy battle of cosmic elemental slashes in the second phase, switching between the various elements from other Nightlords. Killstore is a fantastic boss that still stands as my preferred capstone to Night Rain over the Dreglord, and the only thing that's unfortunate is that he never received a fully realized Everdark Sovereign Form. Even still, I think it's well deserving of its place in this ranking. Which just brings us down now to our top 3 Nightlords. Each an amazing boss in its own right, and honestly, any of these placements could easily change depending on the day. But without any delay, let's get into Number 3. Libra, Creature of Night. Ah, Libra, the equilibrious beast. This demon of chaos and madness is one of the most badass looking bosses that FromSoft has cooked yet. Imposing and mischievous, his cloaked Dealmaker form awaiting you is already quite a surprise, with their twisted monkey paw-like effects. Once the fight starts, however, it's a hectic battle of frenzied hexes, strikes from the demon's staff, and once enraged, heavy blows from its frantic flailing towards you. This fight is an amazing blend of spectacle and challenge, but what's a little more controversial is its Everdark form. I won't sugarcoat it. I don't enjoy the Everdark Libra fight. While its idea of forced deals and chaos is interesting, the NPC gank does bring the trial down for me, personally, due to their annoying nature. Even still, I think the boss is deserving of its placement or even being potentially higher in the list. Number 2. Fulgur, Champion of Nightglow. Coming in at our number 2 spot, and admittedly my favorite of the Nightlords to actually do runs for, we have the Darkdrift Knight Fulgur. It's not a very controversial take to say that this fight, while simple, is classic FromSoft at its best. The one-armed knight is already a really fun foe with holy projectiles and a great blade in its first phase, but in its second phase, the Dark Within bursting out as a second arm is awesome. What really accentuates the entire fight is his Everdark form, in which he grows back his original arm and regains his full power. However, our last boss takes the number 1 spot with the most interesting of the Everdark gimmick variants so far. Number 1. Noster, Wisdom of Night. Coming in at the number 1 spot, and probably the most controversial pick on this list, Noster, the Wisdom of Night and its Stone Shield Fortis. These sentient pests consist of a moonlight butterfly-like moth, Noster, which flies about relying on spells to attack, and its guardian, the sturdy scorpion-like Fortis, who can harden to stone if abused or dig into the earth for a surprise attack. This fearsome duo starts out acting separately in their first phase, but as phase 2 begins, Noster mounts on Fortis, combining their techniques into a great foe of sturdy strength and arcane power. While already a fun fight, what truly brings the sentient pest into first place is its Everdark Sovereign Form, and the inclusion of a third pest, Animus, the Ascendant Light. Animus is a spectral red moth that appears to possess the dead pests, resurrecting and empowering them. This addition changes the flow of the fight, to bringing down the possessed to harm Animus while contending with the unpossessed other pests. In my opinion, the inclusion of Animus is by far the most interesting and fun of the Everdark gimmicks, bringing this fight significantly higher in my opinion and scoring it the number 1 spot on our list today. And with that, we end off our top 10 Nightlords ranked list. I greatly hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more. This is my first major edited video, and I hope it came out pretty good. Thank you for watching though, and remember, fear the old blood.